and it was weird. It wasn't weird that I had a girlfriend. That happened a couple times, like 3 or 4 times. It was weird because she was a vegan. Do any vegans here? Really? I expected there to be more at a place called the Willow Tree. For those of you that don't know what a vegan is, vegans, they don't eat meat or any animal byproducts, so like no milk or cheese or stuff like that. So I was dating this vegan girl, and as a sign of good faith to her, I went an entire week without eating meat. I still ate cheese because I'm not fucking retarded. But I did it. I made it through the whole week, and it was okay. But like you know what I'm saying? Like, so that should let you know how much that I really cared about having sex with her. Week, no meat. But like the other week, the first thought I had was like, God damn it, I would really love a steak. Like that was the first thought that I had. And like I'm a Southern guy, so like fried chicken's fucking awesome too. And like sushi's pretty cool, and bacon? Are you fucking kidding me? Bacon. And so then I was like, oh shit, that means I'm out. Like I can't do this at all. That's all for it. That's poultry, pork, beef, and fish. I can't do this. I'm sorry. And she was like, no, Hunter. No, you can still do this. I believe in you. Okay? Because if you like steak, there are some very meaty mushrooms.
Yes, there are.
Really? Because no, there fucking aren't. You know how I know this? Because there's no such place as the Outback Mushroom House. Like, I can't have a bad day at work and go, you know what I would like tonight? A nice medium rare fungus. I can't do that, all right? And like meat has its problems, of which she told me about every single fucking day that we were together. But at the same time, it's not the same biological kingdom as athlete's foot. So that can fuck off. I'm not doing that. And she was like, Hunter, you're being super mean. And I was like, okay, I'm really sorry. And she was like, look, anything that you can make normal, I can make it vegan. And I can make it better. And I said, bullshit. And she said, yes, I can. Because just the other day, I made a delicious vegan grilled cheese sandwich. And I said, that's impossible. That's literally impossible. Right? Like 2 of those words can't go together in the same sentence. That's like going back in time and fucking yourself. It destroys the space-time continuum, and we all end up working at Biff Casino from Back to the Future 2. But like, how did you make a vegan grilled cheese sandwich? Right? Did you fucking make the sandwich? And then did you make a normal grilled cheese sandwich? And then did you just throw it in a fucking trash can? Is that what you did? Is that how you made a vegan grilled cheese sandwich? No. I know what you did. You made a normal grilled cheese sandwich, and then you sat there and you judged it for 45 minutes for not being vegan enough for you. And she was like, Hunter, why are you being so mean? And I was like, I'll tell you why I'm being so mean. Because when I was a child, my mother, when I was sick, would make me a bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. Those 2 things and a VHS copy of the Goonies got me through every childhood illness I ever had. So now, what you're doing is introducing your vegan soy nightmares into my happy childhood memories of a time before my mother was an insufferable twat who shat upon all of my dreams. Okay? Right? And she was like, Honey, you're being super rude. And I was like, I don't give a shit. And she was was like, okay, whatever, because you know what? I'm a vegan, and I'm going to live 10 to 15 years longer than you. And I was like, that's great, because I don't consider what you do living, you stupid bitch. So I am single. That's where we wound up there. I was very nearly tempted, because it's the Sex Week fundraiser, to do 30 minutes of nothing but sex jokes. But I don't have sex enough to do that. Like if my body was Ireland and sex was potatoes, my dick and balls would have gone to another body years ago. That's a little sociology joke for some of you. That's what I get for doing new material on stage tonight. I don't have kids. You're welcome.
Woo!
That's the service that I do for you all. But that's the thing that irks my parents. A lot of things about me irk my parents. Because here's the thing: my parents are deeply religious, and that if you're deeply religious, that's cool, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just not, right? Like I don't want to shit on anybody's religion, right? Like, 'cause if you read the Bible, Jesus was this super cool dude. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is nowadays, Jesus-y people tend to be butt fucks. And not all of them either, right? Just the loudest ones. Those are the worst. But they're like, because then again, if you read the Bible, Jesus, awesome dude, super awesome dude, right? Like he would go around the countryside and like he would heal people of what ailed them, and then he would do magic tricks at the same time. Right? Like how awesome is that? Like curing people and doing sleight of hand illusions. Jesus was the first, and I'm going to say with almost absolute confidence, the only surgeon in history. He was a doctor and a wizard at the same time. Right? Like he would he would go to a town and he would walk in and there was this dude that couldn't see and he was like, oh hey, you can't see? Well now you can. The dude could see and that was awesome. And like there was this other dude whose legs were all fuckety. And Jesus was like, hey, now you can walk, and the dude could walk, and that was super cool. And then there was this other time that like one of his buddies was dead, and Jesus was like, hey, don't be dead anymore. Not really sure how it went. I wasn't there. And the dude wasn't dead, and the people rejoiced, and it was awesome, right? Like Jesus was super cool. But then there was another time he went to a wedding. And like they ran out of wine at the wedding, which is poor form, right? Because if you've ever been to a wedding and they run out of booze and you're single, it's fucking awful. But Jesus, like everybody was like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then Jesus stepped up and he was all like Bob the Builder. Can I fix this? Yes, I can. And he was like, oh hey, what's that you're drinking there in your goblet, your chalice, your Bible cup. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a historian. And he's like, oh, that's water? Well, take another sip, bitch, because now it's Pinot Gris. Boom! What? And I think that's why my parents hate me, actually. Because I make their Lord and Savior sound like a douche nozzle in my jokes on a regular basis. That's one of the reasons they don't like me. There's several. I'll give you another one, since we're getting to know each other on the Sex Week show. I am a big proponent I am a big supporter of gay marriage. I support marriage equality. It's just a big, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, that deserves applause. Not me, but like the idea of marriage equality deserves a giant applause because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, life sucks for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody makes that alive. So, fuck it. Let people marry whatever other person they want to marry and, like, be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Let them be happy. I said this to my father, and he didn't agree. And we had an argument in the hotel lobby of a very nice hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. And because I said, look, Dad, I just don't understand, like, I don't understand what your problem is with it. I basically said what I just said to my dad, and I was like, I just don't get it. I don't get why that's such a huge issue to you. And my dad said, now, Hunter, okay, let me preface this with the fact that my father is a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father's an awesome guy. Like, he's one of those shirt off of his back type of people. Like, if you're going through some shit, my dad will, like, fucking help you out until you're set. And if you're a stranger, he doesn't even need to know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an awesome dude, right? Like, I'm not. Like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, if you were to assemble failure from the ground up, it would look like this when it was done. Okay? Right? Like, but my dad's an awesome dude. And my dad's got, like, a tray, like a crap. Like, you can give my father nothing, and he can somehow then defy the laws of physics and turn that nothing into something. I can't do that. I'm a piece of shit, okay? Like, if the zombie apocalypse happened, you would totally want my dad on your team. You wouldn't want me. I can't stop hordes of the undead with jokes about Nickelodeon. Okay? Right? So it's a fucking bullshit. So you want my dad. So I'm talking to my dad. And my dad says, now, Hunter, so you got this boyfriend. You're hugging and kissing on this boyfriend. You marry his boyfriend. Say I got this pet goat. Don't get ahead of me. And I'm hugging and kissing on this goat. Say I can't marry this goat. Well, because there's a whole, it doesn't, your job as a parent in society is to impart knowledge upon your children so that they may go forth and have a better life than you did. Like, that's the whole purpose of parenthood in this society, is so that your kids can live better than you did. You know what I'm saying, Dad? That's the circle of life. Hakuna Matata, Mufasa, Simba. Okay? And I can't go out into the world now and say that if you can marry a man, I can marry a goat. You know how fucking stupid that makes me sound, Dad? I can't say that at a party as an icebreaker. I look like a goddamn retard. You want 2 reasons why if I can marry a man, you can't marry a goat? I'll give you 2 reasons. Number 1, a goat can't say I do. If a goat can talk, give it a fucking television show. And then let the goat get married. Because that's all Kim Kardashian needed. And thank God we're upholding the sanctity of marriage for that cunt just to get divorced 72 days later and then have a baby out of wedlock and name it after a fucking direction on a goddamn compass rose. Point 2. A goat can't sign a marriage license. Goat can't sign anything. I've tried cramming an ink pen fixed to goat tubes and he just kept dropping it, and then the goat got all flustered, started bucking around, kicking over pews, and that spooked the ring-bearing pig, and he just took off down the aisle, shitting everywhere. Meanwhile, the preacher Cal just up there mooing and pissing all over the pulpit. That's why, Father, that's why goats can't get married. It has nothing to do with theology, and it has everything to do with turning the church into a barnyard shit show, and that's science. My parents don't like me.
Ow! So close.
So far. That's what my ex-girlfriend said. Yep. What else to talk about? Grew up weird. Who here? Okay. I watch a lot of TV shows. It's a big thing that I do. I'm like an old lady. I sit in a rocking chair and watch my TV stories. It's a weird thing that I'm obsessed with. But like because of that, like I have this weird realization that technology has changed. There's a TV show. There's a couple of them. Like anybody watch like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Arrow, Flash? Anybody watching those shows on TV? No. Good. Like, a lot of people are really embarrassed with me. They're like, no. How do we get away with murder? But like they're super technologically advanced. Like these Marvel, like I watched these movies like Guardians of the Galaxy. I watched that movie. That was super awesome. All this badass technology and that thing, and I got to see it. But like, you know, it's cool. It's like stuff has changed, but at the same time, like it rocked my fucking world. Because when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. It was very different. Like when I was a kid, like the most technologically advanced shows that I ever watched was like Star Trek: The Next Generation with USS Enterprise flying on that Microsoft screensaver background, you know, stars blowing by, or like Quantum Leap. Because my childhood brain could not process how Scott Bakula looked like all those different people. And then like Alan Ziggy would come to that little light doorway from the future, and I was like, what sorcerer did that? It was Jesus. But so that's happened in my lifetime. But it's like, again, I'm not that old. Like I'm just 30. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm like, everybody hop upon Grandpa's knee and let him regale you with stories of the presidency of Herbert Hoover. The Great Depression was terrible. We all smelled like government cheese, and when we farted, only dust came out. Not that old, just 30. But like, I can remember a time growing up when my family only owned one television, and it was a black and white TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happened in my lifetime. Like, the internet didn't exist for normal people when I was a kid. Like, that's a big thing. Like, because like the biggest difference between me growing up and kids now is that because these fucking kids today, dudes nowadays, they can masturbate anytime they want to, and they have the technology at their disposal to do that. Like they've got like tablets and droids and iPhones and fucking laptops. They can literally beam pornography into their hands, and that's like I wasn't like that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you had to be lucky and like chance upon a Playboy magazine, right? And if you couldn't do that, you had to just have fingers crossed that it was the goddamn free weekend of HBO, right? And if it wasn't, you had to try to jack off through the Scrambledy channels. And even then, you didn't even know what you were jacking off to. You were like, is that a boob? No, that's an elbow. Ah, fuck it, I'm already halfway there. And so, like, or you could like try to do it to like the late night music videos on MTV. That's when they still played music videos on MTV. And you get that one that one music video where they're like on the Chris Isaac video where they're on the beach and they're rolling around and she's wearing like the dude underwear and it's hot as fuck and there's just sand and fucking abrasions everywhere and you're just like, yeah. Or you get that fucking the Britney Spears video where she's dressed as a schoolgirl. That was hot as fuck, right? But the problem with pop songs is that they're short. They're not that long, and it takes a little bit of time to get your shit going. And so then like it's like that you're there, and then the song ends, and you're just like hoping that something good comes on next because you don't want to like Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba to come on next, which is like the top 5 worst times to have a hard on that's ever existed, right? So then like fucking like Paula Cole will come on, you'd be like, oh shit, yeah, like I remember Paula Cole, she was pretty hot in that Cowboy song video, but it ain't that Cowboy song video. It's that second single, and by then she'd already started to let the hair grow out in the armpit, and you didn't know about that yet because BuzzFeed wasn't around to tell you, and your 13-year-old brain couldn't process that sort of information, so you're just going along, and like she hits that chorus and lifts up her arm and tucks the hair shoots out, and you're just like, what the fuck is that? Oh God, no! I can't stop at this point because the genie's already halfway out of the fucking bottle, and you're just like, no! Now I'm blowing my load to a hairy lady singing the goddamn theme song to Dawson's Creek. And that is a nut that you can't unbust. That's my family's motto. It's on the crest. It's in Latin. Because the Dome Bustum Gismus. I don't know. What's a dead language? What do you guys want from me? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this. It's a longer thing. I don't know why I'm saying like I'm gonna leave you with this because I'll be done in 10 minutes. Growing up was weird for that reason, but also there was another reason where I realized that my childhood was super fucked. And I'm gonna see if you guys are on board with me for this. There was a show growing up that I watched as a kid, and it came on the Nickelodeon Network, and it was called Legends of the Hidden Temple. You ever watch this show growing up? Yeah, okay. Some of you did. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
But for the rest of you that aren't cool enough, like I said, show on the Nickelodeon Network. It was a game show where it was they got all these like fucking tweens together, and they like did a bunch of physical challenges, and they competed with each other to keep each other in line. I don't know. It was basically the Hunger Games with water socks. That was simple. And there were a bunch of different teams. There were teams of 2, and it was like the Blue Barracudas, and everybody knows the Blue Barracudas. And there was the Red Jaguars, and my jam was the Silver Snakes, right? And there was like the green fucking monkeys and the purple parakeets. And then there was this team called the Orange Iguanas. And if you like the Orange Iguanas, then you can suck a dick, all right? Right? Like, if you love the Orange Iguanas, I bet you'd just love to be in House Hufflepuff, wouldn't you? You fucking loser. Right? So all these teams, right, they're competing with each other because they're trying to go into this fucking hidden temple in the middle of Orlando, Florida, to try to discover some ancient artifact, like fucking Benjamin Franklin's lost kite or something, right? I don't know how Benjamin Franklin's kite got to the middle of an Aztec temple in Orlando, but sure enough, there it is, stapled to the wall, covered in glitter and shit, looking like it was made during arts and crafts time in the classroom downstairs next to the boiler room. And you all know which classroom I'm talking about. Don't be noble. So it says Benjamin Franklin's kite, and so like all these teams are together, and they're battling each other out, and they eliminate all the other teams until there's 2 teams, and so they're there, and because you get to go into the temple, because the prize, the prize was always a trip to space camp. Yeah, because there's no other reason to go to Alabama that has ever fucking existed. Their space camp is what's there in the temple in the form of Amelia Earhart's goggles. I don't know. So the teams, there's just 1 team left and they're ready to go into the temple. So the thing about the temple, when you go into the temple, is each room had a trick to get to the next room, right? Like you'd have to like step on a specific stone, or like pull a levee, or a fucking pulley, and like a rock would go up, or you'd sit on a throne, or something like that. And then there was this room that I like to call the place where your childhood dreams, going to space camp, went to die. And that room was called the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Some of y'all remember this shit. Got many a childhood Waterloo with the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Right? It ruined more childhoods than divorce. Okay? The trick to the Silver Monkey Shrine is you had to assemble a silver monkey statue. Came in 3 pieces. A base, a middle, and a head. Okay? So right, so the kid would go in there, and they'd be running around, and they're like, oh, there's the base. They grab the base, and they put it on a pedestal, and they were like, where's the middle? The middle's 20 feet up in the air, because that's fair to do to a fucking 12-year-old. So they scale the side of this goddamn wall, and they grab the middle, and they put the middle on, and they're like, where the hell's the head? And they run over, and then a temple guard pops out and grabs this child and molests him on national television as he pulls him back into his rape den. And hold on, where the fuck was that job when I was growing up? Where the fuck was temple guard? Right? Like a career day. That didn't exist. There wasn't like doctor, lawyer, teacher, temple guard. What the fuck are the requirements to even be a temple guard? You know what I'm saying? Well, you have to have a background in pedophilia. You have to be willing to be spray painted silver and hide behind a fucking styrofoam rock for 45 minutes. Can you do those 3 things? Well, then go forth, temple guard, and give children fucking nightmares for the rest of their goddamn lives. So temple guard raped him, yeah. So they like that happens, and you're outside, and you like have to take off from the temple to save the nation of your team. And you're running in there, and you get to the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, and you're like, where's the head? Oh shit, there's the head. And you scale the wall, and you grab the head, and you run over, and you put it on the statue, and you click it on the statue, and it's not fucking working. The goddamn door's not open, and it doesn't make a goddamn sense. You just sit there twisting it, and you're banging around the fucking statue. It's not, nothing's happening, and the fucking buzzer, like the goddamn host starts counting down, and he's like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm sitting at home going, God damn it, just put the fucking monkey head on the son of a bitch's statue, because I need something good to happen in my life. I need a win. I'm sitting on a goddamn Ninja Turtles beanbag chair in the middle of landlocked Tennessee. I need something good to happen. I'm never going to go to the goddamn hidden temple. I'm never going to get to go to fucking train where the astronauts train. So you do this for me. For me, you stupid fucking iguana. And then the fucking buzzer goes off, and the fear of God goes to the kid's eyes, because he knows he's never going to go to space camp. So then he has to do the goddamn Legend of the Hidden Temple death march back out to the front. He walks by fucking another hidden fucking temple guard with a half-lit cigarette, a rum and coke in one hand. He's like, I'll let you play with my silver monkey. And you start crying and fucking repressing memories immediately. You get back out there, and your goddamn teammate is just balled up, clammed up, needs therapy for the rest of his fucking life. And you get out there, and the host is like, oh yeah, it sucks that you lost. You're not going to space camp, but here's a Huffy bite and a goddamn chemistry set, because that's what all teenagers like, a chemistry set and a fucking Encyclopedia Britannica that's going to sell at a fucking garage sale 10 years from now, and some BK Ratchet knife. You dick. Thanks a lot, Nickelodeon, you fuckwit. And you're just out there, and you're just crying, and the host is like, yeah, everybody cheer for these fucking failure pieces of shit. And meanwhile, one of those purple faggots from Guts is just holding up a piece of the aggro crack, just going, I climbed a paper mache mountain, and you couldn't put together a monkey statue? Bitch! And you start crying even more. And and the goddamn host, this goddamn shitty, gingery Kirk Cameron looking motherfucker with shorty short khaki shorts and a fucking rolled up denim shirt and a fanny pack. A fucking fanny pack? Are you fucking kidding me? If a ginger with a fanny pack was my guy, deep into the Amazon, I just go ahead and inject malaria in my own dick hole, alright? That can fuck off. I'm not doing that, okay? So then he was sitting there and he's like, ha 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 ha, everyone, let's live studio audience, cheer for these pieces of shit. People watching at home, they're goddamn failures. Now laugh, now cry, you little fuckers. Ha 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 ha, because your tears sustain my shitty, gingery, soulless being. Or at least that's how I remember the show growing up as a kid. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. Please give all of you money to the ETSU Fundraiser. It's an awesome thing. Drink them if you got them. If you don't got them, go and get them. Thank you guys very, very much.